Now, graduands, if you could please rise and join Justin Odwack of the Desautels Faculty of Music in the singing of O Canada, and then remain standing for the traditional honor song, which will be shared with us by Freeman White, and following that, the invocation, which will come to us with Mark Van Kampen.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Let's give thanks. God of life and love, Spirit of grace and mercy, source of all wisdom and truth, on this day of celebration and recognition, our hearts are filled with joy and thanksgiving. We give you thanks for the gift of curiosity and wonder, the desire to explore and to know more. We give you thanks for this university and the opportunities that it provides to test, to probe, and to inquire. We thank you for the faculty and staff who commit themselves to fostering a context of learning and personal growth. We give you thanks for all of the guests who've gathered here today and for the support that these family members, friends, and mentors have provided to their respective students over the course of their studies. In a special way, we give you thanks for the unfolding story of each of the graduates being honored here today. As each comes forward and receives a handshake and a parchment in recognition of their academic achievement, may you also lay your hand of blessing upon them. As they go forth, may each confidently and humbly dedicate what they have learned to the building up of others and the furthering of justice and kindness, hope and healing in our world. Amen.
Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to our celebration. My name is David Barnard. I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Manitoba. I'd like to welcome our platform guests, Chancellor Harvey Sector, Dr. Ramel Dalla, or Mr. Ramel Dalla, representing the University of Manitoba Board of Governors. Close, very close. Dr. Donald Whitmore, 2010 honorary degree recipient. Dr. Kevin Kavanagh, a 1990 honorary degree recipient. Dr. Marjorie Kerr, here representing Booth University College, and Hubert Clayson, who will be receiving an honorary degree later this afternoon. As President of the University of Manitoba, I formally declare this session of convocation to be open. We're meeting in Treaty 1 territory on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe peoples and the homeland of the Métis Nation. This university and this city sit at the crossroads of the Anishinaabe, Métis, Cree, Dakota, and Oji-Cree nations. Convocation provides our entire community with the opportunity to celebrate one of the core functions of the university, the education of our province's next generation of global citizens and critical thinkers. For those of you who are graduating, our campuses have gone through some incredible changes, especially in recent years. And of course, this is a day of change for you. And we hope that today marks the beginning of the best years of your lives, and that you feel confident, capable, and prepared based on what you've learned and experienced here at the University of Manitoba. With the completion of your degree, you join the ranks of people we've described as trailblazers, rebels, visionaries, innovators, drivers of social, cultural, and economic change at the center of the communities they serve, whether those communities are nearby or halfway around the world. In fact, it's hard to find a Manitoba success story that doesn't have a University of Manitoba connection. Our people are often leading the progress in this province and are always part of the front line that's driving that progress forward. Around the world, our graduates are just as influential. In the past academic year, we celebrated alumni of this university winning a Nobel Peace Prize and an Olympic gold medal. Our graduates are ambassadors both for this university and for this province, and when they succeed with the support and the pride of an entire province behind them. And that's the new relationship that you begin with the University of Manitoba today. I use the word relationship deliberately, meaning as a reciprocal connection, mutually benefiting those involved. Through your years at the university, each of you is prepared for a journey that begins today, and through your success, you'll contribute to and enhance the reputation of the university and the province. Wherever you go from here, and from here you can go anywhere, you will give meaning to words like trailblazer as you lead the way. You embody words like explorer as you discover new paths. You personify visionary as you see the world for what it could be and contribute to making it so. And wherever you go, whatever you do, we want you to stay connected to this university. You'll always be welcome here to connect with us and with each other, to pursue opportunities for lifelong learning. You might return to attend a football game, or to share your views at one of our award-winning Visionary Conversations lecture series, or to mentor students in your former faculty. You might choose to share the story of where your education leads you so that we can share your story to inspire thousands of others who will come here seeking a world-class education and an unrivaled student experience. No matter how our university's relationship with you changes, we look forward to that relationship continuing. And so on behalf of the entire University of Manitoba community, and in particular, all of us who are gathered here in this room, congratulations on your accomplishment, congratulations on a new beginning as alumni of the University of Manitoba. And if I may, sure. And if I may, just a word to those of you in the audience. Convocation is part of the tradition of the University of Manitoba, as it is of many other institutions like us, and we remind ourselves of that by dressing in these clothes that are different from the normal clothes that we wear as we work and study at the university, to remind ourselves that what we're doing today puts this group of graduating students into a stream of tradition that's lasted for hundreds, probably thousands of years at many different institutions around the world. And it's good to remind ourselves of that while this event this afternoon is unique, it's part of a much larger pattern. But we don't want to let the formality of the dress and the ceremony of the occasion come between you and the purpose for which you arrived here. I think that everyone in the room is probably here because you're looking for one particular graduate to walk across the stage and be recognized, people that you love, people that you're proud of. And I just want to encourage you, in the brief moment when each person is on the stage, that you might want to express your recognition. Some people like to applaud, some people like to make noises of other sorts. We welcome enthusiastic participation. I do usually say, with a degree of enthusiasm that shows that you appreciate the accomplishment, not that you're surprised at it. Thank you for coming to Convocation. Let's celebrate together.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, faculty, graduates, good afternoon. I am Michael Benarosh, Dean of the Asper School of Business, and I am honored to be reading this citation today. The highest honor the Senate of a university can confer upon an individual is an honorary doctorate. At the University of Manitoba, the criteria include distinguished achievement in scholarship, the arts, or public service. Our honorary graduate this afternoon is Hubert Clayson, inventor, entrepreneur, family man, philanthropist, leader. Hubert Clayson has embodied all these roles and more throughout his life and successful career in the transportation industry. Mr. Clayson built a small family-run business into one of the largest trucking companies in Manitoba. In 2006, he sold that company, Clayson Transport, to the Mullen Income Fund and now serves as chairman of Clayson Inc. As his company continued to grow, Mr. Clayson always maintained a hands-on approach that often found him checking a truck, chatting with a mechanic, or acting as a mentor to those who worked with him. A firm believer in education, Mr. Clayson was an early supporter of logistics courses at the University of Manitoba in the 1990s. These small beginnings eventually led to the founding of the Department of Supply Chain Management, the Logistics and Transport major, and the Master of Science programs in Transport and Logistics. In 2008, he established the Clayson Transport Award for the top graduate in the Certificate of Logistics program, and he continues to support undergraduates in logistics and transport through a bursary program he recently established. As a business leader and innovator, Mr. Clayson has provided a livelihood for thousands of Canadians and contributed to Canada's productivity and competitiveness. From new ways of loading freight to finding a new market for what was previously a waste byproduct of potash mines, Mr. Clayson is a visionary who has helped grow the Canadian economy. As a philanthropist, Mr. Clayson's generosity has contributed to the fabric of our society, and for more than 50 years, he has supported or served on the boards of numerous organizations. Whether it's organizing the Parade of Lights or chairing the Breakthrough Capital campaign for the Health Sciences Centre Foundation, Mr. Clayson has a proven track record as an involved and compassionate leader in our community. His generosity and leadership have been recognized with numerous honors. In 2002, Mr. Clayson was awarded the Queen's Golden Jubilee Medal, and in 2012, he received the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal for his contribution to his community. In 2008, he was the St. Ignatian Challenge Award recipient at St. Paul's High School, where he chaired a major fundraising campaign. Few people have made such a positive impact on their industry and their community as Herbert Clayson. He is still actively involved in his community, generously sharing his time and expertise for anyone who needs it. Mr. Chancellor, it is an honor for me to ask on behalf of the Senate of the University of Manitoba that you confer on Hubert Clayson the degree of Doctors of Law, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Clayson.
There's carbon paper underneath it. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, faculties, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm greatly honored to have been chosen to receive an honorary degree in Doctorate of Law. Dear graduates, I'm to address you, and I've got a little speech, but I added something to this. Dear graduates, congratulations, and also, dear parents, congratulations for all the efforts you put in to your children's education. I think you all need a big hand. I won't go on too much about the parents because my wife is sitting in the audience. She'll soon start coughing, so I have to stick to script. Most of you are in your 20s receiving a degree. I am receiving one today, and I'm in my late 70s. Again, what an achievement on the part of each of you who had to spend time, energy, and many hours to achieve this goal. If you put that much effort into your future, you will be a success. I'm sure you don't want to hear a lecture today, but I was asked to say something, so when the dean asks, you jump. Here are a few things that helped me along the way. Never do anything to compromise your integrity. It is the mark of who you are. We did millions of dollars worth of work without a contract, only our word. I did business with a man in South Dakota. We bought and sold equipment, and I'd never met him for 15 years. When I met him, all of our degrees or all of our dealings were based on trust. I got degrees on the brain here, so. Have passion for what you do. I loved what I did, from highway transport to building highways, being a president of a northern airline, building 60 miles of railroad for the CNR. One of the most rewarding experiences was fundraising, helping people with time, generosity. You feel good when you do that. I feel sorry for people that have a job and don't like it. My feeling is try change your job if you can, because you're no good to yourself, your family, or your employer. I know people that can hardly wait to retire at age 50, and then they find something they like and they become quite pleasant. I bet you all know of somebody like that. Do the best you can. Never say it's good enough. Don't give up. There were many times that things didn't work out the way I anticipated, but I would generally find another solution to the problem. I urge you not to give up at the moment things don't go exactly the way you hoped. I'm sure you found that in some of your marks and classes. Well, there's an old trucker saying that I think could apply to everyone's life, and that is, when the hill gets steeper, put it in a lower gear and give it more gas. That translates into giving it all you got. Always remember how important people are. The people in your personal life, your workplace, and everywhere in general. No one is totally capable of succeeding without the help of others. Each job has its importance, and each person performing their job deserves respect. From the maintenance staff to the president, one cannot function without the other. Can you imagine if the maintenance staff didn't keep the furnaces working last winter? You probably wouldn't receive your degree today. Don't you think they are VIPs, very important people? Talking about important people, I must say that my wife Bernice, of 58 years, and also who coughs if I speak too long, and my children were always there, were my biggest backers. All the rest of the people around me, including my staff, were VIPs, as they helped make me what I am today. Enjoy yourself. Work hard, work smart, have fun, and have a great life. Congratulations.
Dr. Clayson, thank you for your remarkable comments this afternoon, and congratulations. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is John Kiersey, and on behalf of the Provost, Joanne Kesselman, it is my pleasure to introduce one of 3 individuals who have earned the title of Distinguished Professor this year. The Board of Governors of the University of Manitoba established the title of Distinguished Professor to recognize excellence and outstanding achievements of members of our academic community. Up to 3 titles can be conferred each year, with the provision that there be a maximum of 20 distinguished professors at one time. The title is conferred on the basis of outstanding distinction in research and scholarship or in creative professional activity, and a significant record in teaching. Dr. Diana Bryden in the Department of English, Film, and Theatre is a Canada Research Chair in Globalization and Cultural Studies and an internationally acclaimed literary critic known for her multifaceted and groundbreaking contributions to post-colonial literary and cultural studies. Through her research as director of the University of Manitoba's Center for Globalization and Cultural Studies, Dr. Bryden assesses and develops ways in which research into globalization and the analysis of cultural practices can contribute to furthering transcultural understanding and interdisciplinary collaboration to address some of the challenges posed by globalization. Drawing on humanities and social sciences methods and perspectives, Dr. Bryden examines globalization and its effects on Canadian culture and for Canada's place within a changing world system. She has a strong record of bringing people together in collective projects that are shifting the terrain of knowledge production within interdisciplinary and transnational projects. Elected a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada in 2008, she has published 9 books, 3 special journal issues, 46 refereed articles, 38 book chapters, 6 chapters in refereed conference proceedings, and 53 book reviews. Her work has been translated into Chinese, Polish, and Portuguese. I am pleased to ask Dr. Bryden to come forward to receive a parchment and congratulations from our President, Dr. Barnard, on receipt of the title Distinguished Professor.
We now turn our attention to the academic achievements of our graduating students. Before proceeding with the conferral of degrees, we'd first like to recognize students who have achieved the highest standing of their class, and we're going to single out 3 of them this afternoon. We begin with Harsha Sashikumar, who's already here on the platform, who is the winner of the Governor General's Gold Medal. This medal is awarded for outstanding achievement at the graduate level, and before coming to the University of Manitoba, Harsha studied in India, earning a Master of Science in Physics from Mahatma Gandhi University, as well as a Master in Technology from the Center of Space Science and Technology Education, which is affiliated with the United Nations and Andhra University. Moving to Winnipeg and Canada from a small town in India has had a profound influence on Harsha, both personally and academically. Her time at the University of Manitoba has been a life-changing experience, helping her to embrace new concepts and to discover her identity. Working with her supervisor, Dr. Samar Safi-Harb, has greatly shaped her professional career and has inspired her to be passionate about research, has taught her to see the big picture. Her research involves studying the highly magnetized neutron stars and their associated supernova remnants through X-ray, gamma-ray observations. She is a published author and the recipient of numerous awards for her academic achievements. Not just an academic, Harsha is trained in Indian classical dancing, and she continues to take lessons here in Winnipeg. She has actively performed at the provincial and national levels, including Folklorama, Dance Manitoba, and the Canadian National Dance Championship competition, where she won silver. For all your many accomplishments, congratulations, Harsha. And now, for achieving the highest standing in the Faculty of Kinesiology and Recreation Management, we'd like to bring forward Jody Woodward. Jody is awarded the University Gold Medal. Prior to joining the U of M, she studied at Redvers High School in Saskatchewan. During her university career, Jody's field work with kinesiologists and nurses has had a tremendous impact on her. This experience has allowed her to connect theory to practice and has helped her to find employment in the field. Congratulations, Jody. Our final award recipient this afternoon is Jennifer Solman. For achieving the highest standing in the Asper School of Business, Jennifer is awarded the University Gold Medal. She completed the IB program at Miles Mack Collegiate before attending the U of M. She has competed and placed twice at the JDC West Business Competition as a member of the taxation team. She's also served on various committees for the Asper School of Business and the Commerce Students Association. Congratulations, Jennifer. A complete list of the winners of prizes and medals is shown in your program, commencing on page 159. At your leisure, I would invite you to read this list and celebrate the accomplishments of all these wonderful young people. It's now time for Chancellor Harvey Sector to address Convocation.
Thank you, Mr. Braun. It's always a great pleasure, accorded to the Chancellor, to participate in convocations. It's an honor to be here today to join you, the graduates, your family and friends, in celebrating the completion of your current programs. Special congratulations to Dr. Clayson on receiving his well-deserved honorary degree, and to Professor Bryden on being named a distinguished professor, as well to all the students who've been recognized for their awards and prizes for their individual accomplishments. As you've heard, this is our 135th convocation, and this university has a rich history dating back to 1877. Over the years, many of our graduates, students, faculty, and others connected with the university have made significant contributions to the cultural, social, economic well-being of the people of Manitoba, Canada, and the world. David Matthews of the Kettering Foundation wrote a few years ago, "Democracies need something more than written constitutions, free elections, and representative governments. They also depend on a strong public life, a rich depository of social capital, a sense of community, and a healthy civil society." He claims that the relationship is reciprocal because while only a democracy can support a civil society, only a civil society will ultimately sustain a democracy. Over the years, I've become convinced that it's the contributions each of us make voluntarily that will ensure the continued development of our country as a civil society and protect our democracy. Dr. Clayson is a prime example of the kind of difference each of us can make to building community through personal commitments to volunteerism and philanthropy. It's been said that upon graduation, we leave not only with a diploma, but with the reputation of our alma mater. We are all beneficiaries of the legacy left to us by former graduates and the leadership provided by many outstanding members of our current faculty, staff, and student body. I'm confident that many of you who are graduating today will do what you can to follow that example and see this university's reputation enhanced even further by the contributions you will make to your chosen fields, as well as to your community. There's a wonderful old Greek saying that goes, "Societies grow great when people plant olive trees under whose shade they know they will never sit." And it seems to me our honoree today is a classic example of someone who's planted many trees under whose shade others will sit and benefit. It's a lesson we can all take to heart and an example hopefully we can all follow. I hope that as you reflect back on your time here at the University of Manitoba, you'll feel that while you were here, you moved further along the path towards becoming all that you were meant to be. Congratulations, best wishes for careers and personal lives that are both filled with much success and satisfaction. Congratulations, graduates.
Mr. Chancellor, I now have the honor to request on behalf of the University Senate that you confer upon the candidates the degrees earned by them as these shall be announced later. Will those who are to receive degrees please rise?
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are severally entitled, with all of the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. I also admit in absentia those who have completed the requirements for those degrees, but who are not today able to be present.
Will those graduates in the front row please remain standing, and the others, you may resume your seats. Mr. Chancellor, may I now present the candidates whom you have admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, with Dean J. During presenting the parchments and Dr. Digvir Jayas, Vice President, Research and International at the U of M, hooding the candidates. Ademola Quadri Adetunji. Mohsen Akbarzadeh. Saravanan Andular Nandagopal. Joy Armistead. Tracy Ann Bone. Karen Boyd. Marcos Renon Cuna Cordero. Justin Francois Howard Joseph Denisse. Suresh Desai. Tracy Leanne Eisbrenner. Mabube Faimian. Richard Eric Grosshuntz. Carlos Julian Hidrobo Medina. Bezad Kasiri Mashbar. Colin John Kazina. Tricia Colleen Kelly. Mohammed Saeed Uzzaman Khan. Grace Mweze Kyun Achan. Wan Chen Li. Yang Liu. Dylan Stappenhorst McKay. Alexander Maislish. Mavis Nstebo Matenge. Erin Christine McCants. Sheila Mary Bergman McCrae. Sanaz Mohajeri. Obada Mudalige Kasun Kavinda Nanayakara. Dennis Richard Ing. Camille Anne Partin. Susie Caetano Santos. Sanjayan Sachitanatam. Wuming Sun. Brinda Adhikari Timsina. John Andrew Wells. Jedi Wong. John Edwin Christopher Wren. Nan Wu. Vinit Yatindranath. Mr. Chancellor, we now move on to the candidates for the Master of Business Administration. with Dean Michael Benarosh of the I.H. Asper School of Business hooding the graduates. Amarbir Kaur Bandari. Dorian Chudobiak. Robert Alexander Lanyon. Dane Lu. Dietrich Pankratz. Miles Jameson Routley. And Margot Jean Smith. Mr. Chancellor, we now move on to the candidates for the Bachelor of Kinesiology, with Dean Douglas Brown of the Faculty of Kinesiology and Recreation and Management presenting the parchments. The winner of the University Gold Medal in Kinesiology, Jody Ray Woodward. Gabriel Reese Alves. John Albert Amante. Kelly Elizabeth Babb. Marcel Brian Bazin. Joshua Mark Beaupre. Timothy Hector Steele Beaver. Joshua Bellingham. Bradley Paul Bergen. Michael James Bergen. Patrick Martin Bobzinski. Eric William David Bramer. Emily Lynn Campbell. Jamie Lynn Chalmers. Jeremy Eric Chase. Lauren Shelby Coates. Christine Michelle Como. Shaylin Rianne Dana Cosgrove. Brenna Ray Sear. Kellen Matthew Desmond. Taylor Janae Devlin. Carly D. Edgington. Karen Monroe Fanstone. Curtis Stephen Friesen. Dana Lynn Galanzowski. Kristen Marie Rachel Goddard. Kirsten. Bradley Jonathan Green. Curtis James Gustafson. Michael William Holinsky. Travis Rubenek. Curtis Humanuk. Elizabeth Wynn. Delvinder Kaur. Jillian Kaler. Leighton Harry Close. Nicholas Jacob Kozelko. Caitlin Kimberly Lachance. Jeremy Dwayne Victor LaHaye. Laika Abigail Maningas. Jacqueline Elizabeth Mazer. Julie Michelle Medwid. Persis Kachina Meisters. Evan Blake Miller. Marvin J. Morris. Anthony Kyle Morrison. Henry Pye. Ryland Bruce Qualley. Erica Jo Ramos. Alyssa Kendall Ray. Stuart Reimer. Alana Marie Scammell. Allison Marie Schellenberg. Sarah Michelle Senecal. Alvaro Cristovão Smart Cavalho. Alexandria Sparrow. Andrew Nicholas Stammers. Jan Remius Trocio C. Tyson Spencer Devlin and Takasaki. Kawana Samuel Tekasala. John Philip Urbano. Luann Marie Van Dam. Carla Ann Van Duzelaar. Heath Ronald Clovis Jules Vermette. Amy Lynn Warner. And now, Mr. Chancellor, we move on to the candidates for Bachelor of Physical Education. Derek Alexander Barnett. Clancy Durand. Chantal Anne-Marie Frenette. Jesse Cale Grant. Jonathan Gurniak. Joel Alexander Jank. Mark Robert McPike. Lauren Raquel Prudhomme. Kristen Marie Darlene Rachenka. Stephanie Rempel. And the winner, the gold medal for Faculty of Kinesiology and Rec Management in Physical Education, Josiah Caleb David Rogie. Tyler Nicholas Schade. Marianne Seiner. Katja Sokolowski. Matthew Gregory Sisa. Sean Tomei. Christine Vignier. Robert Comrie Worley. William Dale Stephen Whiteway. And Sasha Andrew Jacob Wiebe. Now, Mr. Chancellor, the candidates for the Bachelor of Recreation Management and Community Development. Edward McClure Albert. Mark Glenn Bale. Joseph Nestor Brooks. And the winner of the gold medal in Faculty of Kinesiology and Recreation Management is Amanda Jane Cairns. Matthew Tyler Girardi. Okay. Sebastian Wolfgang Goldstein. Caitlin Dawn Heinrichs. Ruth Olivia Howard. Tamra Maurer. Jordan Jeffrey McGonigal. Trevor Jacob Frederick Perstupa. Cassie Ray Queering. R.J. Skinner. Jessica Veitch. Michael Julian Alexander Vidal. Samantha Kathleen Wagner. And Sean Francis Ward. Mr. Chancellor, we now move on to the candidates for Bachelor of Commerce Honours, with Dean Michael Benarosh, again of the IHS School of Business, presenting the parchments. The winner of the University of Manitoba Gold Medal in Management, Jennifer Lauren Solman. Gail Lynn Acquiza. Allison Dawn Adams. Sekinat Omolala Adetunji. Samantha Alexis Allen. Albara Mohammed Aliamani. Megan Gwyneth Ann Ames. Ryan Carlo Amura. Anam Anwar. Dane Mackenzie Arbuckle. Kate Alexandra Armstrong. Avinesh Ati Narayanan. Kelly Bacon. Stephen Miles Baker. Maya Bakia. Ekaterina Balburova. Stephen John Baluta. John Albert Belen. Tyler Bryson Buse. Philip Keith Bobby. Luke Bowanicki. Christopher Kenneth Braun. Caitlin Buchko. Keith Burnett. Carlo Cabunkal. Cidela Miguela Umali Cantiga. Geng Yuan Cao. Karen Catelier. Angela Chantel Chang. Andrea Nicole Chaput. Ivan Chow. Hui Chen. Jinyi Chen. Lei Chen. Shumeng Chen. Ming Swan Cheng. Shannon Amelia Cole. John Reginald Crockett. Mark William Jean Denise. Meng Phan Duan. John Philip Dumagan. Kelly Dick. Jamie Lynn Ainerson. John Richard Elias. Jempil Evangelista. Dale Thomas Falkingham. Shi Yi Fang. Kimberly Dawn Marie Fearbach. Tyne Elise Faughty. Michelle May Francisco. Xin Huan Gan. Yusin Gao. Travis Andrew Gazelle. Isabella Carmen Jubega. Julia Lynn Gudmundson. Amy Elizabeth Gunther. Sean Keenan Haynes. Desiree Marie Hale. Laura Elizabeth Heather. Brooke Patrick Heinrichs. Alan Joseph Heckley. Vedran Hodzik. Hi. Joshua Tyler Mark Hofmeister. Brian Andrew Hood. Maya Horley. Michael Edward James Howe. Caitlin Teresa Howard. Matthew Christian Herr. Leah Ingalls. Kyla Erin Irvin. Sin Sin Jin. Julia Liddell Johnson. Rupinder Singh Kalar. Manmeet Kambos. Aaron Joseph Kaplan. Courtney Keats. Tariq Ali Kawaja. Jenna-Lee Kissock. Rebecca Rachel Kozalk. Yasheng Kuang. Michael Anthony John Kustra. Jenna Catherine Labossière. Julie-Hélène Cécile Labossière. Marinta Lau. John Tsong Lee. Sinan Daniel Lelek. Pengjan Lian. Clinton Shane Lim. Matthew Roy Lind. Lida Liu. Song Cheng Liu. Wang Chang Liu. Zhao Jing Liu. Brittany Danielle Sarah Livingstone. Ryan Nicholas Lowe. Jaming Lu. Jashin Lu. Gija Lu. Curtis Jack Lubinski. Ryan Paul DeSencu. Zan Luan Luo. Robert Réal Lucier. Foster Kevin Lyle. Trevor Scott McCutcheon. Marie Margrethe Malveda. Celeste Haley Manco. Kelsey Shea McCoubry. Jillian Nell McGavin. Nicolette Jane Moffat. Justin Monton. Evan Matthew Morgan. Jael Laurie Morris. Vimbai Wedzerai Mukumba. Daniel Evan Murray. Jaser Robin Nachtigall. Bryant Christopher Neufeld. Sandy Nui. Brian Wynn. Wayne Swan Wayne. Saba Nur Puri. Ramogi Wutsiri Nyonje. Sarah de Oliveira. Taryn Janice Marie Page. Andrew Patton. Brittany Lynn Marie Pedden. Janessa Rose Penner. Matthew David Penner. Roman Spencer Perez. Dana Kelsey Price. Nicholas James Position. Jessica Pushka. Mingqing Chi. Zijuan Chan. Alvin Chetram Rambarak. Alexandra Nadine Regir. Nigel William Repas. Zachary Daniel Robert. Joshua Lee Rowson. Sydney Ann Rubert. Vanessa Kara Russell. Alexander Philip Sachs. Matt or Matthew James Scott. David Alexander Sinensky. Bo Yoon Seo. Ania Hangkyul Seo. Xuan Shao. Victoria Kathleen Shasky. Ying Shen. Marlo Amy Shore. Matthew Sieben. John Keith Leo Indico Simba. Davinder Singh. Riley James Slater. Karen Lee Sloboda. Colin Todd Smith. Varundip Singh Sodhi. Gregory Richard Sunan. Katie Lynn Spencer. Keisha Sun. Kinju Sun. Jordan Nicholas Vince Tachi. Gui Hua Tan. John Tang. Colin McNaught Tam. Okay. Julie Christiane Marie Terrien. Eric Allen Thorderson. Christopher Stephen Mather Thorne. Brenton David Thorvaldson. Dave Tran. Janessa Nicole Unraw. Tobias Unruh. Michael Joel Van Konet. Lin Mai Vong. Caitlin Samantha Wainwright. Bo Wang. Shishi Wang. Foster James Fraser White. Nicholas Patrick White. Cameron Douglas Wilkie. Jordan Ryan Wallman. Garrett Donald Woodrow. Janice Watton. Yilin Wu. Jaja Shu. Zibin Shu. Hui Wen Yan. Min Yan Yang. Kaylee Yoon. Ziyi Yu. Zachary Peter Kenneth Zayak. Li Zhang. Yumeng Zhang. Xiaojin Zhao. Minwei Zheng. Zhan Tingzhu. Man Zhuo. Alicia Mary Zyla.
Great job, Michael. Good afternoon, Chancellor, President Barnard, Dr. Clayson, distinguished guests, and of course, new graduates. Congratulations on your accomplishments. My name is Romel Dalla, and I'm a representative of the Alumni Association, University of Manitoba, and I'm really pleased to be here because one of my buddies who I met in first-year university finally graduated 17 years later. But he's a neurosurgeon, so that's okay. All of you have earned a degree from Western Canada's oldest university, one backed by a tradition of excellence that stretches back 137 years. I hope this fills you all with great pride and confidence. You now follow the footsteps of alumni who have given the world a wealth of knowledge and hope in diverse endeavors. But beyond the professional benchmark set by those who preceded you in this educational journey, alumni from the University of Manitoba have and continue to be some of our community's most valued leaders. As you develop your confidence and expertise as professionals, I hope you never lose sight of the invaluable contributions you can each make every day to the greater communities that you serve. Be involved, be engaged with your alma mater, with professional organizations, and at the grassroots level. This year, you have all helped the University of Manitoba reach a significant milestone. We have now graduated more than 200,000 students since 1877. Within that membership, we find no shortage of world-class innovators and leaders, and I encourage that you all aspire to nothing less. Alumni embody both the knowledge learned and the values upheld at the University of Manitoba. They are, you are, the university's finest ambassadors. As you pursue the next phase of your education or careers, be very mindful of this fact. Because this community we share only gets stronger when we pursue opportunities that deepen our connections to one another and to the communities where we work, live, and learn. Thank you, and once again, congratulations on your graduation.
I very much like the poetry of the Canadian poet Jan Zwicky, some of which is easy to apprehend and some is a little more difficult. This one, entitled "What I Would Give You," is a little more disturbing. What I would give you, if I could, were not these, though in themselves good things and right enough in their own space. They cement us to our histories in ways too subtly convolute. We overlook the absence of more elemental bindings. If such there be, and if I could, I would give you a western window in some high, wide, late expanse of sky, night coming and the stars, and no fear ever. There's a bit of a disturbing contrast there for me, as the voice in the poem says, the things that I could easily give you, that I can touch and handle and I could hand over to you, those are not what I want to give you. If it existed and if I could give it to you, I would give you something less tangible and something that would give you more satisfaction. But the line, "if such there be," suggests that that gift doesn't exist to be given. And even if I, representing the university community, could give it to you, it's not there for me to give. And I think what that means for us is that each of us needs to strive to achieve the things that have deep meaning in life. And what we hope is that your time at the University of Manitoba will have prepared you for that striving, for yourself, for your friends and family, for the communities in which you live. We are extremely proud of you and what you've accomplished. It's been wonderful to sit here and see you all recognized for the things that you've done. But what we're all looking for, those of us at the university, and I'm sure your friends and family who are here with you, we're looking for what you will make us proud by doing, what you will make us proud for by what you do in the rest of your lives, striving for meaning and creating a shared space, a shared community that we can all live in together. So, on behalf of the entire community of the University of Manitoba and everyone who's in the room, again, we want to say congratulations, and we look forward to learning what you do with the rest of your lives. It's now my responsibility to recess convocation until the next session, which will be tomorrow morning, when some of us will gather again with another different group of graduates. I would ask those of you in the audience to please remain in your seats until the academic procession has left the hall, and then please join us for a reception on the pedway just outside the main entrance of the building and to the right. Convocation is in recess.